if you're looking to pick yourself up some coins for FUT 21, then make sure to click my link in the description, go to U7Buy, and make sure you use my code Birdie at checkout to get 5% off of your order. Hey guys, it's Scott here, and welcome to today's player review video. Hopefully you do enjoy this one. If you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below, and subscribe if you want to see more player reviews, more collab videos like we uploaded earlier today, more live streams, and everything else to do with FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. If you do have any feedback on my style of review and any improvements that you may think that I could make, please do leave them in the comment section down below. But today, we are looking at the new Player of the Month from the Premier League. This is Dominic Calvert-Lewin's 84 rated card, without an actual card design on the game for whatever reason. So, well done to EA on that one. But this card is coming in at about 60,000 coins as it stands when I'm recording this on the first day that the SBC has come out. This is the first Player of the Month of FIFA 21, and so we are going to test him out and tell you whether I think that you should be doing him. Obviously, the first Player of the Month each year is normally pretty good, so this is the team that we're going to be using him in. We're going to play 4-3-1-2, and he's going to be playing up front as one of the two strikers in that formation. So, let's get into things, shall we? This is Dominic Calvert-Lewin's mini overview. You are getting a tall, pacey, powerful striker that feels quick on the ball and really good at getting into spaces. His finishing is really impressive, and even though he's got double 3-star, it's not the end of the world. I really don't think that having a weak foot that isn't 5-star is that bad this year. His passing is average, his dribbling surprisingly good, and his physical is fantastic. So, let's get into the deep dive, shall we? First up, pace and physical. Pace, he's quick, okay? 83 acceleration, 92 sprint speed base if you're not applying any chem stars. He does feel like that sprint speed. You can tell he gets away from defenders very easily in this game. And combine that with his attacking positioning, he makes some great runs in behind for you to sort of slot a through ball between the back lines of that defense, and you can get him through on goal. So you definitely notice his pace, and then his physical. Obviously he's tall, he's got great stamina, which is great. Great strength, great jumping, and heading accuracy. Heading may be decent this year with players like Calvert-Lewin, so he's actually very well-rounded, and I thought that he was very good in both aspects in terms of pace and physical from my time trying out this card today. Not bad. Now, we move on to his shooting. He is a striker. You're going to expect his shooting to be pretty good. Now, one of the reasons why I haven't given him higher than an 8.5 is purely because at this moment in time when I'm recording it, 3-star weak foot, a lot of people are going to think that that is a bad thing. However, for myself, I really don't know this year. I think that it might not be anywhere near the FIFA 20 levels of weak foot, because you'll see it in these clips, he does score quite a few on his left foot as well as his right. He also can score headers, as we've shown before, with his physicality, his height, his heading prowess. So this card is actually pretty well rounded when it comes to goal scoring. Creates a lot of good chances for himself because of his attacking positioning. Now, I did use a chem style that boosted that up even further because I think that's one of the most important stats on this game. So a striker with high attacking positioning, great, because they are going to keep themselves on side, they're going to make good runs in behind, lose track of the defenders. So I think you really need to focus on that, and so him having a base 88 before any chem style boosts, fantastic. Finishing was clean. Whether it be a power shot, a finesse, it didn't matter. He scored a lot of goals. He scored some volleys. He scored quite a few, again, on his left foot. And his dribbling actually wasn't too bad to sort of create opportunities for himself as well. So I really like this Calvert-Lewin card, much more than I thought I would, because I didn't think that this kind of striker would actually fit the way that I play and the kind of players that I like to use. But there you go. Not bad. Now, passing is probably the weakest part of Calvert-Lewin's card. Easily, actually, to be honest with you. You can see his passing stats on the left-hand side. They're not that great. However, his short passes, I didn't think were too bad. His long through balls were okay. The part where Calvert-Lewin felt pretty poor was his standard long passes. So if you're doing a long pass with either X or A on Xbox or square or X on PS4, if they're long passes, that's where I felt like he doesn't really cut it. So if you're using him any further back than striker, or maybe you're trying to use him on the wing, I probably wouldn't advise that. But for a striker that is involved in a little bit of build-up play, occasionally has to do a through ball to another player, or just does a little 1-2 to then create himself some space, I feel like he's good enough for that, but not that great elsewhere. Again, 3-star weak foot means that he's a little bit more limited than he could be as well. And then we finally move on to dribbling to end this off. I was surprised. Honestly, I felt like this card would feel a little bit like Erling Haaland when I tried him out. Very clunky, slow on the ball, a struggle to sort of dribble and turn with, but I was surprised. Now, I did put on a chem style that boosted up his dribbling because I feel like that is what you need on this card for him to sort of play the best that he can and fit the game as well as possible and also be more well-rounded. So he doesn't have 5-star skills, which is always a negative for me. His agility and balance are a little low, but again, boost that chem style. I don't think that agility and balance are the be-all and end-all of dribbling stats this year. I think that ball control and dribbling itself are better. And so him having decent base stats in those, combined with the chem style, surprisingly good for a big man. Not bad. Now, we move on to some alternative player prices at this stage, and he's actually not that expensive. I have seen some people moaning on social media that he's 60,000 coins and that that's a lot at the start of the year. However, people are playing division rivals and getting 90,000 coins for playing 5 games. So I don't feel like people are really understanding the state of the market at this stage, and I really think this is a very, very fair price. And from using him, definitely worth it. Right? When you compare him to prices of other players, like the ones that I've got on the screen right here, I've used some of these, and they're not as good. Jamie Vardy, very, very similar player, other than the sort of physical aspect. His passing is poor, his dribbling is not the highest, but he's got pace and he's got shooting. He's also double 3-star. He costs more than Calvert-Lewin. Haaland, again, I feel like he's very, very clunky, whereas Calvert-Lewin, I didn't feel that. Van Nistelrooy is obviously basically, if you want a higher rated version of Calvert-Lewin, then that is who you would go for. So that's why I've got him on there. But for the value, very, very good player. And I would highly advise you, if he fits in your team, do the SBC. Now we move on to the overall review. You saw the ratings that I gave him throughout the detailed sections. Overall, I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. There's a couple of bits and bobs that I feel he could be a little bit better at, but in general, very, very good, and that's why I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 value, because for 60, 70,000 coins at this stage in the year, with some great strong links on him, obviously he's Premier League and English, and also Everton have got some very good strong links, he is a fantastic player. Pace was really, really good. Shooting, I felt, was fantastic, really. His physicality and power were just dominant in the games that I played. His dribbling, surprisingly good for, again, he's got a great touch for a big man, I think is a standard phrase. He scored a range of goals, so headers, weak foot, finesses, banged power shots, a lot of different goal types, which is really, really good. Versatile player. Good price, and he has good links and usability, like I said. Only real downsides, passing and the double 3-star. So, final recommendations for Calvert-Lewin. Use a finisher chem star because you do boost up that dribbling stat, which again, maybe that is the reason why he feels so good, because I was playing with 97 dribbling and he felt smooth. You boost up those shooting stats and they are all of a sudden top of the range, and that is why he was banging everything in. His pace is already good enough, you don't need to boost that up. His passing is so low in terms of like his long passing, it isn't really worth boosting that up. And his physical stats are already fantastic, so I don't see why you'd go for anything other than a finisher on this card, to be honest with you. It makes the most sense to me. In terms of his playstyle, we've sort of gone over this a little bit, but accelerate past people, use that power and drive forward. Use power shots because he's got pretty good shot power right there. You can use his height, okay? Heading is more viable in this game than it has been in the last FIFA. And so don't be afraid to cross the ball to him because he will score some headers, as you saw in my clips. So you can cross him in the air or on the floor because he's very pacey and he'll get in behind players. So you can do early crosses to him there. Play him into space. That pace and power, as I say, he can drive away from defenders. His high attacking positioning means that he'll make great runs, and his strength means that he can bat away defenders if they do try and push him. So very, very good player there. Again, attacking positioning I just mentioned. Dribbling, again, if you're using this chem style, do not be scared. He's actually pretty smooth, especially if you utilize agile dribbling. And then just shoot. He's very good in front of goal. He's got some good strong links in Rashford and Bowen out wide. You've got an informed Vardy right now. Allen looks like a very good card, just got a one to watch. So yeah, overall, Calvert-Lewin, very good. If you did enjoy the video, thumb it up, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.